Hello, and welcome back to Talk Show Divas. I'm your host, Sasha Foxx, and I have with me my wonderful co-host, Miss Cece, Miss Kelz, bright and purdy, and we have Miss Goddess J over here, looking beautiful with that yellow behind you, girl.
Yes, thank you.
Well, today's trending topic is a major one. A lot of men hate, a lot of women appreciate, and it is Miss Independent, and sometimes Miss Independent overboard. Okay, and with that being said, we have the competition between the single mother, the single woman, the married one, the one that's being supported. There's so many ways that this can go. Here in society now, it is. I'm going to say that I am victim of it. I'm not a victim. I'm just joking. No, no, but really, I had my judgment on this before I became a single mom, right, and a single woman. Life was good. Life was real good. I had my husband working for me. I ain't gonna lie, my husband was working for me. Okay, I had all his money. I had the house, the cars. He bust his tail, and so the thing is that when I lost all that, wow, so I've come to this reality of I used to look down on, kind of not down on single women or mothers and the things that they used to do, as far as, oh my gosh, your mother, why are you on a strip pole? Oh my gosh, your mother, what do you mean you're going to go sleep with him for money? And so a married woman, a lot of times we can't understand that, but technically we're actually discreetly doing that. We actually sleep with our husbands for money, you know what I mean? Right. To keep our material possessions. So with that being said, how do you ladies feel about this whole contradiction between a married woman, because a married woman who's been married all her life cannot understand a single woman who's doing what she has to do to get ahead, to get money, because she doesn't have a provider. She's playing, daddy and mommy, and have multiple children, such as myself. So with that being said, what are you all viewpoints on this?
Well, I too used to be goody, just didn't jump off the porch. My child was so green, didn't know nothing. And then life set in, and I realized my place as a black woman, but also as a woman in general in this world, in this society.
Right.
And I just think that it's about being empathetic and being understanding to each other.
Right.
As far as it gets real, and if it get real, what you gonna do?
It do, and so, but in that case, you see what I'm saying? It comes to the point where you can't, and I'm speaking from being now a single mother and a single woman, not having that head, not having that provider, as to, okay, I'm not gonna be empathetic for you. I don't care about what you're doing, where you're going, where you at, because guess what? If I gotta get over you to get there, that's what I'm gonna do, because at the end of the month, in my mind, I'm a mother. I gotta survive for these kids. Right. So when that rent is due, when food gotta be put on the table, when I tell you, when a mother's back is against the wall, and some of the things that she have to get accomplished to feed her children, I'm trying to tell you, everybody. I'm out for everybody. Simple as that. I'm out to get mine.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna take care of what's mine. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, now that I'm on the other side, right, it makes me feel, I kind of get it now. I get the single woman. I don't judge the girl that's swinging her behind on a pole and sliding up and down and doing flips and tricks and, all that other stuff.
That's cardio. I'm about to get into it.
But, the thing is that I used to be so judgmental as being that wife, always having, means provided for me so freely. Mm-hmm. But I've come to appreciate the fact that, man, you know what? I was able to have this side and that side, and I see both sides now. So I know where.
I guess I'm on the other side.
I mean, girl, but I know what it feels like to be savage up in this mud.
I was married, but my husband didn't necessarily take care of everything for me. So being in my situation, being married, I was the independent. I was the breadwinner. So my husband got a job later on, but I was the one. I filled the application out. That was my job. So we kind of I took over that.
I've always been the one to, even before we got married, I always was the one that had two jobs. Mm-hmm. So I just this is for bills, and I like shoes, and I like this, and I like that, and I like this, and I like that. So I get an extra job for that.
Right.
But that was also an issue with us is.
But that's where I get by again, Miss Independent, but maybe sometimes Miss Independent overboard.
I was overboard. I'm still overboard.
There's a lot of women out there that say, "Oh, I don't need a man. I don't need a man to do this for me. I don't need a man to do that for me. I got this, this and the third."
But most of those women are single though. They're lonely.
Because I'm I don't need no man, and I'm at home like this.
Right, every Friday night, scrolling through Facebook.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I need need some penis. I will not go without it. I apologize. Like, that ain't happening.
And even
So I need a man.
independent,
No. Like, need and want is different. So let me actually dissect this real quick. I enjoy a man. I appreciate a man. I will not go without a man. And I tell you what, once my vajayjay starts speaking, you know,
right,
this way, then guess what? I'm like that too. Where you at?
You could be independent though, but now in society, independent ain't winning. Who winning? The chicks with no jobs or they stripping.
That's true.
The ones that, you know, got all these surgeries and stuff. And I hate to say it that, you know, even though men, they say, oh, I want a good girl. I want a girl that's educated. I want all this and that. But they go to strip clubs to find these women, or they go to the club to find these women. So it's like, how you going to find me if I'm studying?
But I think
how you going to find me if I'm doing this and that? Where do I go to find a man that's looking for a woman like me when I don't go nowhere?
It goes to homework. It goes
You
to
don't.
that homework we was talking about earlier. Knowing what you want, writing out your list. It sounds so crazy, but literally, like,
Putting your
this is
cards
the
on the
woman
table
I
at
want to
the
be,
beginning.
and you know, aggressively, unapologetically going after specifically that.
Right.
And I think that you don't find yourself in certain positions once you cross your T's and dot your I's a certain way.
You know-
And if you do, luckily I was blessed to have a ratchet homegirl. Everybody needs a ratchet homegirl. Because, especially me, because I just was ready. I got my ass whooped when I was a kid. You know, my grandma didn't play. You got a bedtime. You need to be here when the lights on. You didn't know all that. So I wasn't the girl that get to go hang with all the boys and be out at a certain time or whatever. But I had ratchet homegirls that was like that. So I got to see from their perspective and what they have going on. And at the end of the day, it really just boils down to self-love, what you will and won't tolerate. When you see the signs, cut it. You know what you want. You know you like money. Get you a man with some damn money. If you know that's what you like, just be real with yourself. You know,
but don't be too independent for that man.
But that's what I was
going to be a damsel in distress.
Right. That's what I was
going
gonna say. Sometimes it could be like too independent overboard. Like you way too much, because the thing is, like, we still have to catch a balance. You know what I mean? Like at the same time, a man still want to be a man, so we have to know when to take that hat off and when to put it on and let him take his position as a man, and when to be quiet.
Somebody teach me.
No, but that's what I mean about that self-love. Though.
Yeah, they be like,
always,
man, this man got money and you doing this and you doing that. I'm not finna ask him.
But
Ain't
you
he
know
thinking
what?
this, he thinking
Why
that.
not ask?
I got to the point.
That's what people say.
He ask you for anything, he hit you up late at night to ask you for something.
Well,
I'm asking.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no until it's on my turn. But as far as the whole, I'm glad that you said that. As far as what a man has to feel like a man. Because me being married, I was so independent. Even though I wasn't overbearingly independent, I was still very independent. But my husband went and messed with a chick that more so needed him.
Right, but that's the
so
thing again. Men actually enjoy. It's really funny, right? But it's almost like they have to know that they're needed by their woman. Now, when they don't feel they're needed by their woman, that's when you have situations where they won't take the trash out. They won't, take up the responsibility of doing what they have to do.
It's a mommy-son relationship, and not
like you actually kind of have to make them take their position. Majority.
Do you guys feel like overly independent is fear? Like
it's
like
feared. It's feared.
Yeah. And you're gonna be single for a long time.
Somebody has told me before.
You know what?
Somebody told me one time of what they did for me. So from that moment on, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm always on 100,
and that goes
just
back
in
to
case
somebody
has something to say.
Don't
that validation.
But back to let me
ask
ask you for Kelz, you're married, right? How do you feel about not being single and being in a situation where you might have to leave here and go shake your behind and get naked in front of thousands of men just to get the money to take care of your children versus being married?
Well, I guess I'm proud and too independent because I don't mind working 2 jobs.
Right.
So going to
if I have to bend over,
this is my thing. Like, I feel like, and I'm completely off topic, I feel like if I'm in a strip club and it's $10 a dance, that person has paid me $10, but everybody else watched me for free.
And I know that because I can speak from personal experiences. So this is my first time publicly saying this, because I am the goody girl, so nobody would picture this. But I have stripped before with that wretched friend who opened that damn door for me to know about it, and I was trying to get to Atlanta so bad. So I danced for like a month, and I honestly, a month, it was over quick because like shit, I ain't got time for all that. You ain't about to watch me free all y'all up in here.
Independent.
We go to the back room for $10.
You know, I can honestly say, you know,
I wish I would answer somebody for $10.
No, but that's the
$10 a
thing.
day.
No,
Sometimes it's $5 a day.
I cannot do that.
But that's what it
20,
is.
25, yeah,
But if the kid's hungry,
Well, no, that means
You gonna get the
and you know, I mean, y'all know me. Y'all know how Sasha Foxx is. I'm 100% honest with you. If I have to sit up here and y'all tell me that I'm going to be shaking my behind in the strip club and they only tipping me $10 for a dance, I promise you I'm going to do some silent prostitution behind my closed door.
I want to say that's what a lot of it leads to. Because of the fact that
in front of a crowd.
they glamorize stripping, but if you ain't in KOD, boo, or
I
King
bet y'all be
somewhere where
making
you
like 3
making
stacks a
double
night.
bag
Right.
stop.
most
Okay.
y'all paid y'all tip out. Y'all made and had to
No,
pay.
you gotta pay the bar. You gotta pay
to even get in there.
Gotta pay the DJ.
It's not what it's cracked up to be.
So why do married
To me.
women who are in their marriages and who, because I've been on the other side, I have been there, look down on those single mothers who are stripping to get their college education or to feed their children and things like that. What do you all have to say about that part, being on that side?
I think it's society. I think it's like anything. If it's taboo, if it's looked down on, I got
they get
something to
upset
say.
when their husbands go to the strip club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I don't think they look down on them.
I don't
like
think
that.
I've heard both.
But their money's going to the girls of the strip
But
club.
listen, I've heard both sides.
Independent
There are some that look down, and then there's some who just ignorant. And again, this goes back to what I always say: loving yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you know you in this club to get your coin, that's just like me.
Right.
Nobody would have knew that I was this girl. I ain't never shook a leg, don't know nothing about nothing, and wasn't there long. Please believe me. But what I'm saying is that I too was like, shaking your ass at the club because you see these portrayed as left cheek, right cheek,
Right.
And half them clubs ain't even like that. They
But
titty
still,
bars, it
I
ain't
think
nothing like that.
The single moms
So,
that and the people
ignorant.
that they say look down, at the end of the day, they taking them pole classes that the girls are
Yeah.
doing.
Behind
They getting them
closed
butt
doors.
shots the way the girls is doing. So you looking
But-
down, but you secretly admiring that this woman.
And that's what I hate to do,
Get
not
up
to
here
be
and get on
funny.
the stage.
And that junk is hard. The pole is hard.
Yes,
I had one in my house.
And I
And
had
that upper
respect for
body
after that.
strength.
No, monkey bars, you can't
I
hold
forget
it.
that.
It's levels to this.
It's
It
empathy.
is.
It
But
is
I said,
not just-
Fight one of the strippers you want to. They arms strong.
Oh, they strong.
But
That's
all
all
if
they
you
need them-
want
they
to.
need them arms.
But you want to know something though? The truth about it is that even the big girls got mad confidence. Like I've seen, and really, I was up in the strip club one day, right? And not to call anything out, Onyx here in Atlanta.
Duke Street look.
There was a girl in there, and she was real heavy set. But the thing is, she had a netted thing on. Well, she was sexy, honestly, really big and sexy. I'm telling you. And so, but she had holes all throughout her stuff, right? But I mean, at what? You understand what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna be on that level, I'm gonna be really super sexy because,
But she knows she look better with them hoes.
She about to
Then
take
she
it
take
out
the whole thing
But she was the one who didn't get the money though.
But she the one got them calls. Because one thing, let me tell you something about men. I got 6 brothers. One thing about men, they gonna mess with one Caucasian woman. They gonna mess with one Chinese woman. They gonna mess with a big girl. They gonna mess with an even bigger girl.
Big
Big girls, they do stuff
They
that
really
other
do,
girls
like,
might not do, and it's a stereotype.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, each man, they're gonna transition through each one of them women before they even probably settle down.
Yeah,
They want to
sure.
mess with all of
But
them.
to circle to the whole thing of what you're saying as far as overly independent, I think if you overly independent, a lot of that comes with baggage. A lot of that comes with
Right.
fear.
It
A
does
lot of
come
it
with a lot
comes
of
with,
fear and
I
pain.
ain't trying to have this person
Right.
saying it's about me.
Right.
And I think it's about having a partner. I'm blessed enough to
It's not
have
even
one.
fear. It's
I
about
think-
their
you're not right now.
experience.
No,
If
no,
you
no,
done had a
no,
shitty
no.
dude, you're not going to be with shitty dude. Now you know. I don't like this in a man. I don't like how you do
overly
this. I don't like how you
independent
do
is
this.
like she said, not letting a man
my
be
thing is
a
this.
You gotta
My
be
reason
nice,
why-
even though you don't like
It
it.
could
Exactly.
simply
Ladies.
just be how you grew up.
Ladies, what my opinion is on this, the reason why some women are independently overboard is because of the way that the man actually made them feel. Back to what you were saying, Kelz, as to what I did for you, what I gave to you, this, you not this, you
That's
not
not a
that.
partner you need, though.
But the thing
Absolutely.
is, it's an emotional damage. It's a scar internally to say, okay, you know what? Because I get it. I've been there as well. To say, okay, you know what? I don't need you. But at the same time, we do have to come to this point where we have a balance within each relationship.
And-
Because if that man, real quick, if you don't allow that man to be a man, then now you got another complaint. He's not being a man. He's not paying the bills. He's not taking the trash out. He's not stepping up to what he needs to do. He has to feel needed. So we kind of gotta
But how will we know these things if we can deal with
Listen,
a man
Linda,
that did those
you
things?
need to have a partner. Y'all need first of all, people need to stop jumping in these relationships so fast and create a friendship, first of all.
Yes, right.
But even before you do that, you need to take time and love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else and even be on the same wave with somebody else. Then, when you love yourself, you can identify when somebody else don't.
True, but the society that we live in, this mess ain't about love. Like in 2017, you understand what I mean? Now, self-love is self-love. But when you come into a bond, a union with someone else and dating, the man, it's a lot of lazy behind women out here. Okay, they surviving off their child support. They doing this, doing that.
So what I mean is cut that off. But
my whole thing is this: he want to know
like
what can you bring to the table? And I really think
like
that's
men
like
that.
yeah, what can you bring to the table? What are you providing? Where can we grow together? What we can build together? So I do see the man's perspective on being the way that they are sometimes, because it's like, man, I got to protect my pocket.
They've been burnt just like we've been burnt.
They have
Emotionally.
But that goes back to having a partner and communicating and having a best friend and the person that you with, and they understand. If y'all having these conversations early in the game and it's all this arguing and bickering about this, that, and the third, if we can't even, it's time to go.
But even if you can have these conversations with a man at the beginning, but that's not the person who you actually gonna be with, because he's just doing it to get in your pants.
So whoever sticks around, if
so
he
at
feels
the
like,
beginning, I just want to know, do you like really? It's really. Can we just say like black or white? Just tell me if you want some tail, if you want to sleep with me, because we could really work this out. Because I'm probably
the fair exchange is not a robbery, so do you? Be honest and be transparent.
Smash or pass.
I honestly feel like a little sorry for the women that don't know what independence is like, because we got to think that it's a lot of women that left home and went straight to being in a relationship. Honestly, until I left
That
home,
was me.
like I was always in a relationship majority of my life, so it took recently for me to be by myself for years and really to get to know me. But before then, I didn't know. Like I hadn't dated men for a long time just to know what I like and what I don't like. So women, we can't expect to just get in a relationship. He's the one, we're going to be together. No, you got to wait for some of them. That's how you know we're coming at like you were saying, Cece, because I took the same time as well back for myself to do internal cleansing and to be independent, but not too overly independent, and at the same time to identify self-identification internally. Your inner world will reflect your outer world. So I was able to identify what type of man that I actually needed. Exactly. But you had to take that time
solitude
for yourself.
And I may overuse the word, but it's not used enough. And self-love, that's what I mean when I say that. Solitude, and having time to really say, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. Creating boundaries for yourself.
Discover yourself.
We had a wonderful conversation. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I am Sasha Foxx with my wonderful co-host. You can catch me on IG at IAMMS_FOXX on Instagram. We're going to get a word from our sponsors. Thank you for joining us. We love you and see you next Sunday.
AB 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.